something about the way you smile. You may never know the reason why. I've grown up with Zakir Bhai. They used to carry me when I was small. I was Leslie Mia. Viju and I have grown up together. You know, going with RD Burman, sitting in his house while they were composing. So I was the fly on the wall. I met Asha ji वहाँ. She said, मेरा album करना है. RD wanted to record all his old hits with you. I had to keep talking to RD all the time saying, sir, ठीक लग रहा है क्या? Varadharajan, उनका बड़ा, he was a big don in those days. He used to have a very big Ganpati. तो वहां जाके perform करना. So I've done all that stuff on the ground. So I started playing jazz. He was still singing with me. I started playing blues. He was still singing with me. I said, wow. So we formed a band. And that is why Colonial Cousins was formed in the first place, not as a project. To project ban gaya. But the real reason was to perform live. Tere bina love don't mean a thing. Tere bina love and I don't want to sing. तुझको मेरा दिल चाहे तो मैं क्या करूं. तेरे बिना love don't mean a thing. तेरे बिना love and I don't wanna sing. तुझको मेरा दिल चाहे तो मैं क्या करूं. अब दिल तो लेके तू चली, ढूंढूं तुझे हर गली. तेरे बिना love कैसी है ये जिंदगी, कैसी है ये जिंदगी. I don't want to sing.
How cool. Leslie Lewis, welcome to CNN News 18.
Lovely. Thank you so much for having me.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. It's all called rock and roll. Sometimes it rocks and sometimes it rolls, but it's good.
You know, that was, of course, your brand new song called Tere Bina Love, which is one of the 6 songs from your recently released album titled White Album.
Yes, it's called The White Album because आजकल के जमाने में इतना जो शोर मच रहा है ना, you have to come to your white state. एक शांत का जो स्टेट है ना, वहां शांति आके अपना चिल स्टेट में आपको ये गाने सुनने हैं. तो देन गारंटीड नॉट 1 but you're going to have 2 favorites out of 6. उतना गारंटी से बोल रहा हूँ. बट आपको शांत मोड में सुनना है.
Sure. So then please tell us about this song और क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं आप इस song से and to whom?
To the world. ये क्या हुआ ना कि when I was 17 and 18 मुझे obviously like all, आज सिंगर सॉन्गराइटर आज बहुत एक फैशन बन गया है. लॉट ऑफ आर्टिस्ट, बहुत सा टैलेंट है. बट उस टाइम आई वाज अ यंग सिंगर सॉन्गराइटर और बॉलीवुड का जमाना बहुत जोर से चल रहा था. सो और कुछ ऑप्शन ही नहीं था. तो ठीक है, बजा बजा के एंड में जब अपना म्यूजिक शुरू किया तो इंडी पॉप बन गया. परी हूं मैं, दैट वाज इंडिपेंडेंट म्यूजिक. दैट वाज ओनली सिंगर सॉन्गराइटर नहीं था. क्यों, खुद गाना, खुद म्यूजिक कंपोज करना, खुद लिरिक्स लिखना, वो फैशन अब तक नहीं आया था. लेकिन वो करते करते कॉलोनियल कज़िन्स में मुझे कुछ वो थोड़ा ऑप्शन मिल गया कि कृष्णा मैं खुद गा रहा हूँ, कृष्णा मैंने कंपोज किया है, कृष्णा की लिरिक्स मैंने लिखे हैं. उसके बाद फिर जब आई स्टार्टेड कोक स्टूडियो अगेन, कोक स्टूडियो में इट बिकेम वेरी जो अभी कहते हैं ना collaboration जो है. तो folk artist is collaborating with Bollywood artist, is collaborating with a young artist, is collaborating with very classical musicians और folk. एक पूरा collaboration का जो एक था, मैंने कोक स्टूडियो में I think I kind of started it because after that every कॉलेज में बैंड्स शुरू हो गए. कोई तबला बजा रहा है, कोई ड्रम बजा रहा है, कोई गिटार बजा रहा है. एंड मैंने एड भी देखा ऑन टीवी सेइंग मैंने मेरा गिटार OLX पर बेच दिया. अभी OLX पर आप गाड़ी बेचोगे, फ्रिज बेचोगे, गिटार वाज वेरी, सबके घर भी नहीं था. अब OLX में गिटार भी आ गया. सो इट बिकेम सच अ कॉमन थिंग टू हैव अ गिटार. तो आई थिंक कोक स्टूडियो रियली काइंड ऑफ इंस्पायर्ड अ लॉट ऑफ यंग जनरेशन कि मैं भी बजा सकता हूँ, मैं भी बैंड, हम जैम करते हैं, ये जैमिंग जो चल रहा है. सो आई थिंक दैट हैपेंड. बट दैट इंडिपेंडेंट सिंगर सॉन्गराइटर जो मैं हूँ पहले से, वो किसी ने देखा नहीं सुना नहीं। तो इन माय बैंड जब मैं परफॉर्म करता था, जैसे कि झारखंड में या इंदौर में, जमशेदपुर में एट द कार्निवल, आई यूज्ड टू, एक कहानी कहता था मैं सबको, एक आई यूज्ड टू परफॉर्म जो गाने हैं, देन आई यूज्ड टू से, एक आदमी था बहुत पहले मेरे पास आके कह रहा, सर मेरा एल्बम करना है। तो मैंने कहा ठीक है, लेकिन अब बहुत बिजी हूँ, मैं आशा जी का एल्बम कर रहा हूँ, आई एम वेरी बिजी। थोड़े टाइम के बाद आया, सर मेरा एल्बम करना है, मुझे भी गाना है। मैं बहुत बिजी हूँ, कलोनियल कजिन्स का मैं एल्बम कर रहा हूँ, किकी का एल्बम कर रहा हूँ, ये आई एम वेरी बिजी, बाद में करता हूँ। तो ये आदमी आते जाता था, रिसेंटली आके बोल रहा, सर इतने सालों से मैं आपको कह रहा हूँ कि मेरा एल्बम करना है, और अब सबके एल्बम, मेरा एल्बम नहीं करें, मुझे गाना है सर, मेरा टाइम, मेरा एज भी हो रहा है। तो बोला ठीक है, अच्छा गाता है तो इसके लिए भी एक एल्बम बनाते हैं। तो आई टेल पीपल कि इफ यू एवर गेट टू हियर हिम एनीवेयर, प्लीज चेक हिम आउट, हिज नेम इज लेस्ली लुइस। और उसके लिए मैं ये 5 गाने जो है, 5 सॉन्ग्स पेश कर रहा हूँ जो लेस्ली लुइस आपके लिए गा रहा है। उसके बाद आई विल बी बैक। और वो 5 सॉन्ग्स जब होता था, जैसे मैंने अब तेरे बिना लाफ मैंने गाया है, एक कलर ही चेंज है जो माहौल में नहीं है। तो लाइक दैट 5 सॉन्ग्स बैक टू बैक अनरिलीज्ड, आई यूज्ड टू प्ले फॉर द ऑडियंस कि लेस्ली लुइस आपके लिए परफॉर्म करता है। और आई हैव बीटा टेस्टेड दीज सॉन्ग्स ऑन द फ्लोर,
Okay.
एंड पब्लिक इज लाइक गोइंग क्रेजी। आपने कभी गाना सुना ही नहीं, फर्स्ट टाइम सुन रहे हैं, आपको अच्छा, इतना अच्छा लग रहा है। आई थिंक द वाइट एल्बम इज बीन अ फैंटास्टिक जर्नी, बिकॉज I got from air check, which is across all radio stations in the country, from week X to week Y. For that week, for those 2 weeks, top 20 songs that week, top 20 songs across all stations. Your song "Tere Bina Love" enters at number 1. I'm saying, how did it happen? Because behind me there is T Series, Universal, Sony Music. I'm saying, क्या हो रहा है? ऐसा हो कैसा सकता है? Because there is no label. The music is talking. After that, the next week, I got another certificate from them saying your song "Tere Bina Love" retains its position at number 1.
Wow, cool.
I mean, what an amazing feeling for an independent artist. Trust me, in today's time. और
Yes.
उसके बाद the third song "Pasavana," it says Pasavana enters, arrives at number 3. The next song arrived at number 11. These are all songs from one album.
Wow, cool.
Everyone's hitting the charts. And then there is a song called "Aadhi Raat Whiskey Aur Tu." It's a it's jazz. वो जैज है लेकिन हिंदी ऑडियंस से बात कर रहा है। गुनगुनाओ तेरे लिए दो बातें, तेरा चेहरा मेरे पास, मखमली अंधेरी रातें और तेरी ये खुशबू महक रही है मेरी सांसों में, आधी रात विस्की और तू, आधी रात विस्की और तू, वक्त ये नशीली ये रातों की बातों में आके हम ऐसे पड़े दोनों लिपटे हुए, रंग ये नशीली ये आंखों की बातों में आके हम ऐसे पड़े दोनों लिपटे हुए, आधी रात विस्की और तू।
Wow, what a nice song.
But radio can't play it because it's called whiskey. You use,
Yeah, it will come with a disclaimer.
हाँ, तो डिस्क्लेमर में तो वो गाना बजा ही नहीं रेडियो में, तो उसका कोई नंबर नहीं आया। अब तो 5 गाने आई ऑफिशियली रिलीज द सिंगल्स, 4 have hit the top 20 chart. 5th one was disallowed because of the word whiskey. At the end of this month or maximum early October, I'm releasing the last song of the White Album called Aashik Hu Tera. So that will be the 6th song of the White Album.
Looking forward to that. But
That's
you spoke about your early days, your journey of becoming a vocalist, your love for guitar,
right.
about jazz music at a recently held event in Mumbai, which was organized by IPRS in
Yes.
association with the Aurora Collective. Today, would you please like to talk to us about how you fell in love with music?
If you go to Spotify or any of the Gaana, Wink, जो भी है, and you type the Leslie Lewis The White Album, the cover of the album comes up. It's a black and white photo of me, must be like 1 year old with a guitar. And guitar ही नहीं, मेरा chain भी है. I'm still wearing some kind of necklace. I'm playing a guitar, and I'm just 1 year old, 1.5 year old or something. Music, I guess, has been part of my system. My father, P L Raj, was also very musically inclined. He used to love, he used to play tabla. So, Allah Raka Khan Sahib ji, Zakir Bhai, I mean, I've grown up with Zakir Bhai. They used to carry me when I was small. I was Leslie Mia. I was Leslie Mia in that circle because ये तो अपना ही है. And I grew up with all these people. So I've always been influenced by fab musicians, great, very high levels of art. With dance, it was like Gopi Krishnan, it was Birju Maharaj, it was Sitara Devi. And my dad, of course, comes from dance. So, being influenced by the art, Indian art, and folk. I grew up, so I didn't meet many folk artists when I was young. But my dad used to always, जब घर पे रहते थे और shooting नहीं होता, तो 2 बजे दोपहर को All India Radio पे there used to be a folk program. And I told All India, I said, you've got amazing folk of real folk artists recorded in this country. You are just keeping it in the vaults. Why don't you expose it to the generation of India? I got crazy. Today you're hearing Pari Hoon Main, wo folk aaya kahan se? I've been influenced by All India Radio playing true folk of India. Every time when my dad was at home, वो 2 बजे वो रेडियो चलता था, तो वहां से folk का influence है. यहाँ क्लासिकल का इन्फ्लुएंस है, वहाँ डांस का इन्फ्लुएंस है. बोर्डिंग स्कूल में गया तो आई गॉट इन्फ्लुएंस बाय एरिक क्लैप्टन एंड द बीटल्स एंड जिमी हेनरिक्स एंड द ईगल्स एंड तो एक बॉलीवुड तो घर पे ही था. तो आई यूज्ड टू गो व्हेन आई वाज अ यंग किड, आई यूज्ड टू गो टू लाइक कल्याण जी आनंद जी. जब रिकॉर्डिंग का कंपोजिशन होता था, तो कॉल इट सिटिंग. तो आपके साथ बैठते थे. एट दैट टाइम द लिरिक राइटर वाज देयर, producer was there, composer, so कल्याण जी आनंद जी, एंड कोरियोग्राफर क्या है. तो उनका भी, कल्याण जी भाई का बेटा भी आता था, बच्चा था, मैं भी छोटा था, हम लोग दोनों साथ में बैठते थे. हिज नेम वाज विजू शाह. तो रिकॉर्डिंग में हम लोग वो क्या बजा रहे हैं, वाओ अमेजिंग. सो विजू एंड आई हैव ग्रोन अप टुगेदर, going with RD Burman, sitting in his house while they were composing, watching them recording the session. कि मतलब कभी कभी कोई एक वाव नोट आ जाता है, भूल जाता है आदमी बात. गॉड हैज दिस वे ऑफ गिविंग यू सम सुपर नोट्स बैक टू बैक, और 2 सेकंड में आदमी भूल जाता है. तो इट्स बीइंग रिकॉर्डेड. अरे क्या था, दैट वाज वेरी गुड, जस्ट रिवाइंड, प्ले इट बैक. तो उनका रिकॉर्डिंग भी होता था इन द हाउस. आई वाज सिटिंग अराउंड एज अ यंग किड, तो आई वाज द फ्लाई ऑन द वॉल. So I got to absorb a lot of artistic people, the best of the art. So usme I must, and even in the Western band circuit, I was performing with Nandu Bhende, I was performing with Steve Sequeira, Gussie Rick, Loy Mendonca was part of that band. So I always got influenced by very good talent, and maybe that helped me to achieve better levels for myself.
You just mentioned RD Burman. You also have said in one of your interviews that RD wanted to record a song with you.
Yeah. So what happened is I was in London, and we were recording the Colonial Cousins ka album. So I'm a foodie, so I had gone to Selfridges. मुझे तो खाना ही था कुछ. And Selfridges has a great food space. And then suddenly I met Asha ji वहाँ. तो आशा जी, अरे तुम यहाँ? तो ऐसे हाँ, मैं अपना कुछ कर रहा हूँ. So she said मेरा album करना है. And Pancham had just passed away at that time. RD Burman just passed away some time back. And she said, मेरा album कर रहे हैं. So I call her Ai out of love. I said, Ai, I'm right now very busy. अभी मैं तो अपना कुछ कर रहा हूँ. अभी तो रिलीज हुआ नहीं है, but Hariharan and I, we are doing something. So she said, नहीं, मेरा album करना है. So I said, हाँ, I'll let you know. Then she said, RD wanted to record all his old hits with you. मतलब तुम arrange करोगे, Panchamda will be the music director, but he wants you to kind of produce the whole thing of all his old songs for the next generation. So I was a bit of a shock. I said, Panchamda, of all the people, he could have chosen anybody in the world. Why me? I'm just one more. But yeah, I'm a fan of his. I love his music. So somewhere maybe he saw एक होता है ना similarity. You like the same zone. So when she said that, then I said like, I mean, I'm a fan of Asha ji anyway, and RD Burman of course. So जब पंचम दा खुद and he passed away, and if he had felt that he should do it with me, then I said, who am I to say no? So I immediately we got working, and Rahul and I was the first album that we did together, which was all Rahul and I, Rahul Dev Burman and
Yes,
Asha ji.
this song, vocals by Asha ji.
Yes, so I redid all those songs. So Piya Tu Ab To Aaja, O Mere Sona Re, you know, it was fab because I had to keep talking to RD all the time saying, Sir, theek lag raha hai kya? You know, you're up there. So I had, so weight on my shoulder because I'm not trying to just do my own. Yes, I'm doing my own thing, but I want it to be appealable to the composer who created it in the first place. At the same time, the audience, the young generation, has to love it. So how do I take his music to the next generation with that same artist?
Sure, sure. But you're also the man behind the iconic song, like you said, Pari Hoon Main.
Right.
We actually have said that Fagni Pathak has made it as the anthem for Gujarat.
Yes, absolutely.
Played.
I owe her that one.
So what's the backstory of creating that song? It must be a very interesting one, I'm sure.
So when Sunita came to do the album, and she wanted to do some folk kind of. She also likes folk a lot. So I said, "Karte kuch, we'll do it." And ऐसे ही मस्ती में I was just playing her this song. You tell me you love me, you tell me you want me to stay all night. Tell me, baby, do you really want my love and to feel alright, to feel alright? If you really believe in me now, just want you to tell me somehow. Tell me now, tell me now, tell me now. Oh, you tell me you love me, so I said, no. And she said, this is a fantastic song. We must do this. And I had written the song for myself.
Okay.
होता है ना, मैं भी सिंगर सॉन्ग राइटर हूँ, मुझे भी गाना है, लेकिन कोई गाने ही नहीं देता है. So all want to sing my song. So I said, so I was trying to keep the song away because not for any reason, I thought it didn't suit her. Tell me, baby, do you really? वो मुझे लगा कि सुनीता का इतना जोन नहीं. She's the most simplistic folk singer. तो she kept on asking, let's do it, let's do it. तो उसका जो अंतरा है, oh, tell me what love is all about. ये अंतरा है. Tell me what you're feeling for me, baby, just like I'm feeling for you. Open your heart out, spill it out, spill it out. Open up your secret desires and do to me like you want me to. आई मैं तो आई नजारे के अनजाने तो उसका अंतरा लेके I said let me do something so she's also happy and मेरा गाना भी नहीं जाएगा. And that's how I started Pari Hoon Main. And वो जो अंतरा था Feel All Right का जो Colonial, so when, like I said, जब हरी के साथ when I found Colonial Cousins, I said मेरा एक गाना है, let's do that one, because as a singer songwriter you want to do your song. And Feel All Right हरी के साथ मैंने किया था बाद में, but Pari Hoon Main came first, which was the अंतरा of Feel All Right.
So then please give a few lines of it. Unplugged.
आई मैं तो आई नजारों के अनजाने जहां से लाई मैं तो लाई बहार के अफसाने भी वहां से नाना मुझे छोड़ना न दूर ही रहना परी हूँ मैं परी हूँ मैं मुझे न छूना परी हूँ मैं.
Oh, nice. This will never get old, sir. This is iconic.
Nor will I.
Awesome. But just moving away a bit from the song, IPR is the force behind musicians today, behind songwriters, for
Right.
getting their due, to getting them their credit. A lot has changed. How challenging was it back in the day when it comes to getting money or being credited appropriately?
It was very, very. I mean, getting money for royalties was never a question. It was out of question. So every album that was done by the record label, वो एक पैसा देते थे. That's it. अभी वो एक बार हमने रिकॉर्ड किया वो सब हमारा. Everything is ours. Composition is ours. Lyrics are ours. Recording is ours. Everything
आपकी
is ours.
आवाज भी
हाँ
for that
आवाज
song.
हाँ वो पूरा वो in perpetuity.
Okay.
By that was the general standard contract. So much so that if you look at Magna Sound के साथ जो Colonial Cousins ने sign किया है, we have not received, besides that recording amount which we got, which we spent all of it in London recording in the studio video जो भी है, we have not got one नया पैसा till today as from Magna Sound की record sales. कि वो बोला था कि ठीक है जब we will share it. But आज तक मुझे from Magna Sound I have not got any check saying भाई आपके 1000 CDs बिके हैं उसमें this is your royalty out of that. So all that was not I'm not blaming them something. That was the system. और हम लोग सब खुशी से करते उस time because there was no other option. I think IPRS came and completely changed the game. They first came very silently saying भाई we should do this. And a lot of people believed in it. A lot of people didn't believe in it. Say कैसा कैसा होगा ये लोग तो बोल रहे हैं बस it's like one body that has created, but they're not really doing anything. And I think over a period of time, it just got stronger, more focused. And where they have reached today, every musician and artist relies on them completely.
I want to just take you back in time and we want to request you to please share the story of how you perform for Don Varadharajan Ganpati celebration.
Arre baap re. So I was in boarding school in Mount Abu.
Yeah.
And when I came to Bombay, I didn't know anybody. तो एक कोई माहौल ही नहीं था. तो somebody suggested कि भाई एक बैंड है जो माहिम फिशरमैन कॉलोनी में है और सब मच्छीमार लोग हैं. बट उनकी अलग डे टाइम में उनका अलग अलग एक बस ड्राइवर है, एक ऑल डिफरेंट जॉब्स दे हैड. एंड उनके साथ सब हिंदी मराठी गाने का. सो आई सेड कुछ भी चलेगा, आई वांट टू प्ले. एंड आई जॉइंड दैट बैंड एंड इट वाज कॉल्ड ब्लू डायमंड ऑर्केस्ट्रा, बट वो मराठी में ब्लू डायमंड आर्केस्ट्रा करके बोलते थे. तो मैं भी ब्लू डायमंड आर्केस्ट्रा में शामिल हो गया. और हम लोग जो भी गणपति के टाइम पे, नवरात्रि के टाइम पे, जो भी जब शोज आते थे ना, सीजन टाइम होता था, आई यूज्ड टू बी परफॉर्मिंग एवरीवेयर. नहीं तो रिहर्सल चलते रहता था. एवरी मंथ वी हैड रिहर्सल्स. बट जब शो का टाइम था तो मतलब सात पार्टी में बजाना, उम्बरगांव में बजाना, उस टाइम में पालघर के स्टेशन पे बजाना, फॉर द पुलिस क्वार्टर्स. एंड वरदराजन उनका बड़ा, ही वाज बिग डॉन इन दोज डेज. एंड इन धारावी ही यूज्ड टू हैव अ वेरी बिग गणपति. तो वहां जाके परफॉर्म करना. तो आई हैव डन ऑल दैट स्टफ ऑन द ग्राउंड. जैसे ये अभी आप ड्राइव करते हैं ना गणपति के टाइम में, आप देखोगे देयर विल बी पंडल्स विद गणपति का मूर्ति समवेयर. वहाँ लोग जमा होते रात को, दे हैव सम काइंड ऑफ थिंग. सो आई यूज्ड टू बी परफॉर्मिंग ऑन द रोड ओनली देयर विद द बैंड.
तो कौन से गाने गाते थे जनरली दैट टाइम?
पूरा सब बॉलीवुड.
ओके.
मतलब ऑर्केस्ट्रा जो गाते हैं और उसमें थोड़ा मराठी भी गाते हैं. तो मैं एवरीबॉडी वाज कंग फू फाइटिंग, टक 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 टक. सो एवरीबॉडी वाज सो हैप्पी विद दैट ग्रूव. Those steps are fast. तो एक इंग्लिश गाना भी मैं गाता था. तो हमारे ऑर्केस्ट्रा थोड़ा हिंदी, मराठी, इंग्लिश भी था. एंड मुझे याद है दीनानाथ मंगेशकर ऑडिटोरियम में एक शो हुआ था, एक प्रमोटर था, और फाइनली हमें एक शो मिला था. वो रात को दो तीन ऑर्केस्ट्रा था, हमारा भी ऑर्केस्ट्रा. और गिग खत्म हुआ तो भाग गया प्रमोटर. तो हम लोग पुलिस स्टेशन जाए. 30 रुपए मिलना मुझे, मेरे 30 रुपए नहीं. आई डिड गेट माय 30 rupees दैट नाइट. आई यूज्ड टू गेट पेड 30 rupees फॉर अ शो.
ओके.
बट दैट नाइट आई डिडंट गेट दैट 30 बिकॉज़ दिस ऑर्गेनाइजर रैन अवे विद द मनी. तो सब पुलिस स्टेशन गए, भाई हमारा पैसा नहीं, परफॉर्मेंस हुआ है, भाग गया है सब. And all I was supposed to get was 30 rupees. But that was important. That was all I had.
But now the obvious question, how you and Hariharan formed the group Colonial Cousins? Also, please tell us about that conversation you had with your friend when you were planning to shift to America, and he asked you why Americans will hire you, and you did not have an answer.
Right. So Nandu Bhende has been one of the premier vocalists, singers, and his band. He is part of Savage Encounter, and he's not there anymore. And he's been also a bit of my mentor for me, because I was the young kid in the band. And so he was, when we traveled and performed, I was like his roommate. So we were very close. And one day I was asking my dad कि मुझे अमेरिका जाना है. I want to study guitar. And he said, पागल है क्या कॉलेज में गिटार पे like गिटार सीखने कॉलेज जाएगा. So I said, yeah, you can go to college in America to study guitar. So he thought I was just wasting my time, and he said no. So in those days, 2.5 lakhs I didn't have, but there was no chance. 30 rupees नहीं था, तो 2.5 lakhs was very far away. So I was very upset, and I told Nandu, I said, my father ऐसा है वैसा है. Took off on my dad. So he said, ठीक है, so you'll go to America, and what you'll do over there? I said, no, I'll study. So what will you study? I said, I'll study blues, jazz, acha acha. So so then you'll come back after you learn. I said, no, once I'm there, who wants to come and play over here? यहाँ तो कोई माहौल ही नहीं है. Once I learn blues and all, I'll stay there only, and I'll work in America. He's saying, but if you're going to play blues, they have BB King. वो आपको क्यों पूछेंगे? अच्छा, if you play rock, they have the kings of rock. You want jazz, they have the kings of jazz. So what will you do there? What you तुम्हारा तो सब लोग amazing musicians are there. What are you going to do there? Then he said, so what do you have that they don't have? And that was the question that I think subconsciously kind of triggered me कि मेरा कुछ करना चाहिए. And then I kept experimenting with folk and fusion. ये जो है बहुत से jingles में मैंने ऐसे try किया. A lot of instrumental pieces, get Fazal Qureshi to come and play tabla, and get somebody else to play blues piano, and then some flute, and all these kind of jingles I used to do. And I was experimenting with that. And then one day, my dad, being the choreographer he is, he told me, Leslie, आधा English में आधा हिंदी में ऐसा एक गाना बना. I said, Dad, you're mad. Forget it. I had to laugh at him on his face. I did. I said, like, bro, you got to half sing in Hindi, then sing in English, then back to Hindi. I said, you're nuts. And I laughed at him and I forgot about it. I look at Colonial Cousins and I know exactly what he said. Hindi, English, Hindi, English. And yeah, it's the biggest hit.
But then,
So,
which was the first song both of you come up with for the first?
so Sani Dapa was the first single. And we just felt that we had quote unquote more artistic songs than Sani Dapa, because Sani Dapa is a simple pop song, and we felt that Indian Rain hai, Krishna hai, there's so many like interestingly different stuff. So
There's a very interesting story. I think you'd like to talk about it. How it just came out organically. You were just jamming, isn't it?
Yes, because I used to do a lot of So the start of Colonial Cousins really was at one of my jingles, where Hari used to sing a lot of jingles for me in those days. And कोई jingle था, it's like this only 8 o'clock at night. Script ready नहीं था. And script was coming from Delhi, so everybody is waiting. तो waiting करके ऐसे ही जैसे आपसे pick up the guitar, start jamming. तो जैसे मैं jam करना शुरू किया, I mean I was just playing and Hari started improvising classical. तो उसमें क्या हुआ, एक टक्कर started, because classical people who they don't change their scale. यमन में गाएंगे तो यमन ही गाएंगे, हंसुदानी नहीं, वहां से चेंज नहीं होगा, स्केल चेंज नहीं होता है. तो वो सब हरी वाज कंटिन्यूअसली प्लेइंग विद मी. ऐसा ठीक है, तो आई स्टार्ट प्लेइंग जैज, यू स्टिल सिंगिंग विद मी. आई स्टार्टेड प्लेइंग ब्लूज, यू स्टिल सिंगिंग विद मी. ऐसा वाह. सो लॉट ऑफ उसमें क्या हुआ, द एंटायर स्टूडियो, देयर मस्ट हैव बीन अबाउट 10 पीपल इन द स्टूडियो. 10 सब छोड़ दिए, सब आके बैठ गए नीचे, एंड लाइक अ कॉन्सर्ट दे वर वाचिंग अस जैमिंग. For about half an hour we just jammed, and then the phone rang, trying, acha script aa gaya, mood hi nikal gaya, like, we were all in a trance. And I really feel that was really the first starting. And then Hari said, it's very interesting, we should do something with this. ये जो हम लोग jam किया उसका कुछ कर. उसके बाद we started doing the jingle. And I said, ठीक है, because I was always a producer. I was never a singer by my profession. By profession, I was a musician producer, not necessarily singer. So I said, okay, so Hari's going to sing this Indian thing. I have to find some English singer जो हम बैठ के I will make this thing. And then Hari said, नहीं मेरे को किसी और के साथ गाना नहीं है. So then how he said, no, you're singing, then it's okay. Otherwise, I don't want to sing with. I said, bro, I'm not a singer. How do you expect me to just sing with you? So he said, no, I don't want to sing with somebody else. So I said, I don't mind singing. I'd love to do it. But then let's not do it like an album or a project. Let's form a band. So we formed a band with the idea कि ये music करके हम live जाते. Let's go and perform it live for the audience. And that is why Colonial Cousins was formed in the first place, not as a project. वो project बन गया. But the real reason was to perform live. And that time live was not much happening. तो वो zone ही नहीं था live performances का. और वहाँ से I became the singer of Colonial Cousins, and it's amazing that I get to sing with Hariharan, because he's no doubt one of the finest we have in this country. And the best thing is he's become like a brother. I mean, we are like brothers for so many years. So it's a lot of learning, a lot of sharing between the two of us. We've osmosis से एक दूसरे को बहुत सीखा है, and it's a wonderful growth for both of us. And Colonial Cousins is really the outcome of two artistic souls. Because we have kept one thing very clear: we will not let your girlfriends and wives come in the middle. आएगा नहीं कोई भी decision लेगा, you will say it or I will say it, and जो भी होगा सामने सामने. So we've never really had any disagreements, because it is about music all the time.
So then please give us few lines of the song Sani Dhapa.
Okay. Something about the way you smile, you may never know the reason why. Sani Dhapa Magama Garisa. Something about the way you smile, you may never know the reason why. Sani Dhapa Magama Garisa. Oh Jana, निगाहों में है कैसी मस्तियाँ, हवाओं में है जादू कैसा तबा, बुलाना कहीं देना ये वादा प्यार का. Sani Dhapa Magama Garisa. Something about the way you smile, you may never know the reason why. Sani Dhapa Magama Garisa. Something in my heart just cried, but you may never know the reason why. Sani Dhapa Magama Garisa.
What a nice song. You actually have given music for few Hindi films, but then you moved down south. You moved to Chennai, and you have sung 4 or 5 songs in Tamil.
Yeah.
What made you make that move, sir, going to Chennai and singing?
In Hindi films, basically I'd done the background. I'd done the not the background, but the whole film. Apna Asman Karke, there was a film, and I did the only millennium song in Bollywood. Bollywood में एक ही millennium गाना है, देखो 2000 जमाना आ गया, with Amir Khan. So that's my song. I'm the music director. I'm also the singer along with Hariharan. But nobody knows that I actually, and it's the only millennium song in Bollywood ever. That's really strange. That's done by me. But I didn't get into it because my focus has been about creating something alternate. And like I told you, at the end of it, वो singer-songwriter in me is jumping, say, भाई मेरा गाना कब करोगे? सबका कर रहे हो. So I'm making music for everyone except for Leslie Lewis. So in South, when I got called by Harris Jairaj, he heard Sani Dhapa, he heard Colonial Cousins. So it's a different voice. Why don't we use it? So he called me to sing for a movie called Onion. And it's a massive hit. And nobody knows in South that I sang that song, Kannum Kannum Nokia. Nobody knows my voice. But yeah, I mean, Harris Jairaj and we were having a blast singing. We were having so much fun. But I did it more like, okay, you're calling me as a singer. Fantastic. I want to be your singer. I want to deliver what you want in the best way that I can do it. And I'm not. So after it became a hit, I have never gone around singing the song, कि भाई ये मेरा गाना है, मैंने गाया. No, I'm busy doing the next thing. There was, the next. Now it's the White Album.
Yes.
Soon it'll be the other one.
Black.
So वो आते रहेगा ना. because like I'm saying, watch out.
Sure.
And I mean it in a very musical way, because there is so much of music that Hindi audience has not heard. They think कि हम American top of the charts सुन के they have heard everything, कि Western music ऐसा है. I said नहीं. Just like Indian music is not only classical. Indian music में गजल भी होता है, Indian music में folk भी होता है, सुगम संगीत भी होता है, light classical भी होता है. There are all types of music and different types of folk music in India itself. So you can't say this is Indian music. Indian music is termed as Bollywood. So people who from the West, if they only listen to Bollywood, they cannot say that they have heard all Indian music. In the same way, Indian people, when they hear American charts, जो Grammys में चल रहा है इसमें, you have not heard American music or British music or Armenian music or African music. There is so much music in the world. So I'm saying, but you still need a great song. No singer can survive without a great song. Look at all our singers, look at all the American singers, the British singers, the Western singers, whether it is Frank Sinatra or whether it is Kishore Kumar, they need a good song to sing. They are not, Kishore Kumar not composing his song. Mohammed Rafi is not composing his own songs.
Sure.
But he needs a great song, because once you give him a good song, he's going to take it somewhere else. Today, people are singing Yaro Dosti or a Pal. Why? Because it is stuck in your heart.
It's very good. It's a very good song.
और कोई भी गाएगा, it's okay. It doesn't have to be only KK. KK ने नहीं गाया तो मेरे को नहीं सुनना है, वो बात ही नहीं है. Why? Because the melody is king. Lyrics can be rewritten, nothing wrong. It's fine. If you have a great set of melody and lyrics, that is your super hit song. But if you have a great lyric, you can change it. You can take a Tamil song और उसको हिंदी में वही ट्यून डाल सकते हो. But you cannot change the melody.
Yes.
अब कोई भी गाना ले लो, वो if you say you love me, love me. If you say you love me, love me. Oh, me and महबूबा हिंदी में कर दिया.
Yes.
Melody change करोगे तो गाना hit नहीं होगा. So the melody is the king. So what I'm missing a lot in the, honestly, as a composer and as an artist, something I want to hear good songs.
Good melodies.
And that is, it's not like there aren't there. The system is not allowing them to come forward. So here I am on my own, using my might, my weight. Today I'm talking to you as IPR. Hey, I have come out with a new album called The White Album. Please go and listen to. मैं बोल रहा हूँ तो मे भी 2 लोग जाके सुने. कोई young artist बोल रहा है तो कोई सुनता ही नहीं. So they need a big record label. I also need a big record label. But until the labels understand कि मैं कर क्या रहा हूँ, because they are doing something else today, and that's the flavor of the month. आज पिस्ता है, कल स्ट्रॉबेरी है, but मेरा वेनिला है, भाई चलते रहेगा. Chocolate and vanilla will be forever. But if you're not marketing chocolate and vanilla today, then I'm not the guy. You should be selling pista with somebody else and strawberry with someone else. So I'm just feeling that the songs, that is what, when I said watch out yesterday, I mean, the songs are going to come at you.
Sure. Well, Leslie Lewis, more power to you. All the best for your label. Looking forward to many good songs from Leslie Lewis. Thank you so much for your time. Best of luck. And in the end, like you said, the melody is king. Would you please like to give few lines of Yaro for your fans?
Yeah, sure. यारो दोस्ती बड़ी ही हसीन है, ये ना हो तो क्या फिर बोलो ये जिंदगी है. कोई तो हो राज़दार, बेगरज तेरा हो यार, कोई तो हो राज़दार. यारो मोहब्बत ही तो बंदगी है, ये ना हो तो क्या फिर बोलो ये जिंदगी है. कोई तो दिलबर हो यार, बेगरज तेरा हो या कोई तो हो राज़दार yeah, 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 yeah. यारो दोस्ती बड़ी ही हसीन है ये ना हो तो क्या फिर बोलो ये जिंदगी है
Oh, nice. Thank you so much for the
But
song.
don't
A
you think
lovely
what
song.
fabulous lyrics by Mehboob?
Yes.
I think he's really added that. You know what I said? A good lyric writer adds the magic, and then that's how it becomes a
Totally.
super song.
The ultimate friendship song. Thank you
Yes,
so much, sir.
absolutely.
Thank you so much. Best
Thank
of
you so much.